Welcome back, everyone. This is your favorite podcast, the 101 Things Under the Sun podcast with your hosts. I am BrownieBits, and with me, as always, is your favorite old man Hoodrich. How are you, my friend?
Oh, not too bad. I'm feeling pretty young today.
Pretty young? Well, that's
pretty
good.
Pretty young today.
We all have to have that that portion of our life where we don't feel as old as we actually are.
I've got that youthful energy today.
That's good.
I feel like a very young and spry 24-year-old rather than my 25 years of age.
24-year-old Hoodrich, I can't imagine. Actually, I can. I've seen it.
You've lived it.
I've lived it. Exactly. Oh, man. So we've got a pretty fun show planned out for you. We got we got your normal stuff towards the end, your riddles, it's not riddles, it's brain busters, the BrownieBits brain busters. And then you got some bad jokes of the week. Some do we have a social media craze of the week?
Yes, we should.
All right. And then we got some fun stuff planned in terms of the new content. We're gonna go with some pet peeves and overall, just having fun with that. So this should be a fun episode, I think, at least.
If it's not fun, we're doing something wrong. But we haven't done anything wrong on any of, I don't know how many podcasts we've done, but
this is number 7.
Oh God.
Can you believe that? Almost 2 months of this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start taking my socks off to count how many we've done.
Yeah, very soon. Very, very soon. Well, I do want to know, because we've kind of started off with some stories from the old man. I was wondering if you had a story time.
Yeah, well, today. It's not. I guess you could call it story time. Call it whatever the hell you want. I'm going to do it anyway. So, guys, this week, I'm sitting down brainstorming for the podcast on my way back from the grocery store, because I think about random shit in the car. Coming home, and there's a traffic jam on the interstate. Lo and behold, Florida traffic sucks. So, shocker. But anyway, there's an accident, and I literally just need to go a mile on the expressway to my exit. That's it. So, I merge into the right, the correct lane, and just dead stopped.
Oh.
So dead stop, whatever, and whatever the traffic is, it's backed up on the ramp and not like the main thoroughfare of the highway. So it's just the off ramp that's blocked up.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, well, whatever. So this guy behind me pulls out, and I'm like, hell no, dude, you're not going to get around me. So I pull out into the shoulder too. And the guy in front of me realizes this, so he, saves me a spot.
Yeah.
So that I'm not, SOL.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker drove down the fucking ditch on the side of the road, around my car, and just went up the shoulder and cut everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, chill out, dude. We're all fucking stuck. You're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So that led me to be like, hey, I could do that on a rant. Or we could just talk about pet peeves and hear me rant a couple of times this episode. So I figured maybe even if I get Ryan riled up, we'll see him show a little anger.
Oh, I've got some anger that's been kind of festering in me for the last 12, 11 days, somewhere in there.
Okay. I really wanted to make an Uncle Fester joke right there, but I couldn't think of one that was good enough.
Well, I will take it anyways.
Okay.
So,
but yes, guys, that's the story behind this week's topics, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's what we'll...
You did tweet about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't people just learn how to drive or something along those lines?
Yeah, what? Just drive sensible. I'm not asking you to drive well. That's too much. If you drive sensibly, a lot less shit would happen on the roads.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, so we at the beginning of the week we had a ridiculously high, temperature wise here in Indiana. We got up
Well, yeah, it
to
was like
50
fucking 60
degrees.
degrees.
Oh yeah, we got up to around 50s, 60s through the middle of the week, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday night, it went from 40 degrees to below 0 and started raining. And then come morning, by I want to say about 5:36 a.m., a pretty large snowstorm came through and covered all that ice with a good layer of packing snow. It's not this, it's not the like fluffy snow that we've had. It was nice and packable, and it was a wet snow. It was nasty. So naturally, all the trucks are going out trying to get rid of the ice and making sure the roads are safe. And so it's just making just this slop all over the roads because of the type of snow. Well, it got mostly cleared up. Terre Haute's pretty good about clearing up the roads, at least in the main parts of the roads. They usually do a good job. Well, I'm on my way home. Well, I had to stop by the grocery store tonight. But I'm on my way home, and I get stuck behind this guy going 30 miles an hour on the highway. And I'm like, what are you doing? I have people passing me going 50. Like, seriously, you're going to get somebody killed. And it always seems to happen like that, As soon as you see snow on the ground, you can guarantee people just forget how to drive. Like, I understand you got to be safe, but there's also a certain amount of thing you have to pay attention to. You can't just go super slow on a highway.
Oh, no, you can't. Because then you get that guy that's behind you that's not really paying attention, and then that's what fucking causes accidents.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that guy that looks up at the last minute because he wasn't paying attention and he has to swerve, ends up hitting ice, and it's just a pile up from there. So that was, like, I understand driving slow. Yeah. You can drive a little bit below the speed limit, but where I was driving, the speed limit was 50. You can't be driving 25, 30 miles an hour on that type of road.
The speed limit plus or minus 10 is acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Unless you're the guy doing 40 and then I come up doing 60. Then I get pissed.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, like I said, I understand drive safe and all that, but there's a certain limit. You got to know and understand where you're at. This is on the main thoroughfare through Terre Haute. And that road gets cleared literally seconds after, the freezing rain starts or the snow starts. They are out there dropping ice before, or, they're dropping the salt.
They're dropping salt.
They're dropping salt before the ice. That's what I was trying to say. I just got them mixed up.
And then I tried to make fun of you, and I said it the wrong way, too. So it's just like, well, fuck.
Well, we're just all big messed up today. So, yeah, I always get a little annoyed on the road. I consider myself a somewhat good driver. I know my way around. I can, correct a fishtail and correct, sliding and that type of stuff. I wouldn't say I'm a great driver, but I would say I'm at least decent. I understand how a car moves on ice and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it just really annoys me when I see dumb drivers out there.
Well, trust me. Last week, yeah. Oh, I almost was tempted to go to northern Florida where there was ice and stuff, or, well, snow, period. And I was like, I'm not going to go up there. I'm going to, get out of my car and fucking whoop somebody's ass because I'm going to be so pissed because I don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Because, like, they literally, there was, like, an 80-mile stretch of interstate highway shut down last week when it snowed.
Mm-hmm.
They just shut it down. Just up and shut it down. Like, it is what it is. I'm just like, well, shit, that's the only way to get across northern Florida, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
They did shut down. I don't remember how long it was But they did shut down a stretch of 70, Interstate 70.
Well, when the fuck is 70 not shut down? That's fucking.
Well, all the dumb drivers drive 70
you've got
between
2 seasons on Interstate 70, and it's winter and construction season. That's fucking it, you know.
And a lot of times those intersect.
Yeah, and I-70's never fucking open, you know. This fucking pisses me off. I don't even live there anymore.
Between Terre Haute and St. Louis, 70 is great to drive on. I don't have a problem driving that way. But the moment you get in, well, I guess when you cross the state line, when you get into Indiana on 70 and start heading towards Indianapolis, you better be ready to see at least 12 accidents.
The people in Indianapolis are just like, fuck you guys from Illinois. We don't want you coming to our goddamn city.
They're driving crazy out here. And then not to mention the traffic and everything. But yeah, they did shut it down because of the freezing rain, which totally makes sense because it was pounding on my window I guess it was.
Are you sure that wasn't me just trying to steal your socks?
Well, it very well could have been you trying to steal my socks. I don't know why you want to get into my socks. They smell.
That was the first thing that came out my mouth, and I regret it.
That's a weird thing to steal. I mean, like, panties, okay, yeah, go, you know, yeah. I could make a joke out of that, you know, but socks?
Ain't nobody want to steal your panties, okay?
Socks, really? I mean, hell.
Now, that's a pet peeve of mine, is not being able to find my fucking socks after I wash them.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
It's like I take them out of the washer, put them in the dryer, and then I take them out of the dryer, put them into a basket, and then start folding my fucking laundry. And how do I end up with an odd number of fucking socks?
I do
pair goes in, a pair comes out, and it's just like poof. Where the fuck did they go? Where?
Or
I live.
Or you get an extra sock that you did not put into the dryer.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they're like, I took this from him last time. Let's throw it at him this time. So then that way, you know, when he had the extra last time and he threw it away, now he's got an extra one. And he's just like, well, fuck this. I do that all the time.
Those dryer trolls. Oh gosh, gotta love those.
That's one thing that gets on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
I think, you know, doing laundry or doing any sort of cleaning in some sort of machine, you know, drives me nuts too. Like a dishwasher, depending on the type of dishwasher, but your typical one, not your like high-end one, but your just average one, you basically have to wash the dish before you put it in there. You know?
Yeah, that is true. That's the fucking truth.
What's the point of throwing it in? I've been used to, like, I don't really use the dishwasher because if I'm going to wash the dish, might as well wash it by hand. Work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know?
I don't want to have to spend money on the dishwasher soap if I'm already washing the dish in the sink.
Exactly. Exactly. Then it's just about managing how many fucking dishes you create. And I'm pretty good about that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, man. That fucking sucks. I was actually going to talk about that too. So now I'm kind of stumped for which one I'm going to say next.
Well, I mean, you know.
I got a good one next.
Okay.
I got a pet peeve. It's people putting other people down for doing something they like. And in terms of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know a guy who works at McDonald's. I think he's a manager. I'm not sure. But he works at McDonald's, and then he, you know, fucking makes music and produces like sound effects and stuff on the side. He's not crushing it money wise, but he does what he wants to do, and he's happy with it. And the other day, you know, some motherfucker was we had met somebody, and the guy's like, "You work at fucking McDonald's?" And I was like, "Dude, what the fuck gives you the right to, you know, put somebody down for doing something they like?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like I see people put down the Walmart greeters all the time. Like, some of those people do it because they like it.
I know there's several people that I've known that have done it in retirement because they just wanted something to do. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, they don't work but 10 hours a week, but that's
Mm-hmm.
something to look forward to. Hey, on Tuesday, I get to go and say hi to people, during the day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and the biggest one is the happy bus drivers. They are the most under-respected people I
Yeah.
think ever.
Oh, yeah.
The bus driver who's just like, hi, how's your day going? Whatever, It's so fucking unusual. Sometimes I don't like dealing with it, but it's like it takes a certain kind of person to be happy
Oh,
about
yeah.
driving a public transit bus. And I'm just like,
Public transit or school bus, because there are some terrible kids out there too.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to say bus, public transit, the Greyhounds, the mass transits in cities, and then the school buses too. There's so much respect for those people because they have to deal with so much.
Just the happy ones.
Just the happy ones.
Just the ones that treat you very well and are happy. Everybody else that hates their job, that's just like me. I enjoy my job, but I hate my job. Yeah, I enjoy my job and hate my job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Also,
that's just a fact of life, right there.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, hey, I'm glad I have a job, but I have to wake up in the morning, get dressed, and go talk to people all day? Screw that. That's a pet peeve of mine. I'd rather make money by sitting at home on my ass. But that's just me.
Everybody?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a pet peeve that I have to wake up so early in the morning. And I only have to wake up at 8 o'clock, like I don't have to really wake up that early.
You're waking up after the sun comes up, you son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have to, I don't have to be in store until 10 o'clock. Well, I have to have the store open at 10, but I mean, it's not too bad.
We got a lady at work, man. She fucking shows up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Oh dear God!
I'm like, hell no, hell no, I ain't doing that.
I will never understand how people can do that. Like, I'm not a morning person by any means. It doesn't take It doesn't take me long to be up and going and stuff. I don't drink coffee or, I don't need a shot of caffeine or ecstasy or whatever people do in the mornings. But it doesn't take me long. Like
whatever young people are doing nowadays.
Whatever people do nowadays. Yeah, exactly.
They spread a little ecstasy on their avocado toast. Apparently, wow.
Well, that went to a level I was not expecting to go to today.
I didn't know you fucking lived in Silicon Valley, you piece of shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, meth. Meth is where, meth is here. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. You spread that on your toast.
You spread that on everything.
No, just, you said in the morning, so it's your toast. The good old meth toast. You never had that?
I never had meth toast. I've had meth pancakes, and crepes. Crepes. Mm.
You got too fancy with the crepes, man.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, that's too fancy for me.
Oh man. Yeah, it's as far as all that goes, yeah, that's definitely.
That's another thing that annoys me. Fancy ass breakfast food. Fuck that. Give me something simple like an omelet, some scrambled eggs and bacon, something like that. Fancy ass breakfast food should be illegal.
Also, if you do want to please this guy, if you want to please old man Hoodrich, get him a gift card to Denny's.
No.
Get him a gift card to Denny's so that when he gets done in the early morning hours, he can go and get some breakfast at Denny's. Because we all know that the old man loves his Denny's.
Oh man, you're just saying this so then the next time I'll probably be in a fucking Denny's is with you. So you're gonna tell these people to get me a gift card just so that you could be like, Max, you should buy me Denny's too. I see how this works,
you
man.
You wouldn't do that.
Play.
Well, one, yes, but two, you wouldn't do that. I was kind of hoping that I would get a gift card for Denny's too. So, yeah,
Well, apparently the people don't like you enough.
Apparently not. No. Yeah, that's definitely one place that we can both agree on that's not a pet peeve. Everything about that place is amazing.
Yes.
Except for the fact that it's not amazing.
But that's what makes it so amazing. It's like a terrible movie.
Oh yeah, exactly. It just gets better over time. You wake up feeling a little bit worse than you would have had you not eaten there, but overall you don't feel that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though, because I know I'm going to bed with a full belly, and that always makes me feel good.
Oh
So it doesn't
yeah.
matter. It doesn't matter, you know.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
Because
arguably that makes it better.
At that point, I'm always going to bed happy. I got a full stomach. I had some good times, and more importantly, I got some fucking breakfast food in me. That isn't fucking fancy.
Some good stuff.
I don't need crepes. I don't need none of that other fancy shit.
Though those cheesy potato balls, or whatever they.
I don't know if that falls under fancy. I might regret that statement.
I would say that doesn't fall under breakfast foods.
Ah, okay.
We can classify that as your appetizer. But we eat it for breakfast, so who cares?
Yeah, or whatever meal that is. Fourth meal?
Yeah, I guess that would be fourth meal. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, last meal you eat before you go to bed. Fourth meal.
Yep. There you go.
It ain't breakfast until it's the first meal, guys.
Exactly. And it's not the next day until you've gone to sleep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had long-ass days before.
Well, your ass is always long.
Well, yeah, I mean, duh.
Okay. I wanted to make that dumb joke, guys.
That's why we love the old man. He makes dumb jokes.
Me.
I love you.
I wish for once you wouldn't say that when I do.
But it makes it so much better.
That's a pet peeve of mine.
That's a pet peeve of yours?
I make a good fucking joke, and Ryan always ruins it.
I'm the portrayer of ruining bad jokes or good jokes or jokes in particular.
Just my jokes.
Just your jokes. I have gotten my fair share of ruining jokes in on Brandon and Mitch though. So.
Oh yeah, good times with those guys.
Oh, very good times.
This is going on for a future episode, guys. We're gonna have a dad joke off.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get a guest in here, and we're gonna do a dad joke off, and it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Oh yeah.
Just a mini promo inside of our pet peeves, skit here.
I may have won, but he was
whatever you want to call this.
He was a worthy opponent because it could have gone either way. So I may have won that round, but I haven't won the war because
both of you are still alive.
We're both still very much alive. So those pet peeves, obviously that gets us fired up. But there is one thing that everybody loves, and that's a good insult. Insults all over the place. I actually saw one, not like literally I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw one from a tweet from a mom, and it was absolutely brilliant. The mom even said this was one of the best things I've ever heard. And it was her two kids fighting. And one of the kids said, "At least I'm not adopted," or told the one they're adopted. The other one fires back, "Well, at least I was wanted."
Oh, man.
That is an amazing insult there.
Yes, it is.
You got to give credit to the kid. That's a quick rapid fire back.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you could find some of the best insults ever on Twitter. Ever.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what the main thread was, but a random comment on it. So basically, it was this woman commenting on something, and it was an absolutely just dumb statement. Like, it was like, I'm trying to remember. Yes, it was about the Alabama game when the Hawaiian quarterback came into the game. Somebody said, "Oh, hey, they're worried about him not being able to speak English." And somebody commented on that. They're like, well, yeah, he can't speak English because Hawaii isn't, Hawaii is a different country or something. And that's what she said.
Oh
And
my.
this guy replied to her, um, "You're the reason why women earn 75 cents to the dollar." And I'm just like, oh my god, Twitter! Like, you can find the most savage stuff online, especially on Twitter.
One of my favorites, though, Jimmy Kimmel does the segment Celebrities Read Mean Tweets, and some of those are just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was one that was indicated towards Justin Timberlake. And basically, it was just a matter of, well, I'm glad Justin Timberlake has gotten over his phase because at one point he was a ramen noodle. And that was spectacular because of his hair during the 90s. It was literally ramen noodle hair.
Yeah, I know, right? They all look like they were Guy Fieri's sons.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, there's some really, really amazing stuff. One of the great ones is, or at least it's a clapback. I wouldn't really call it an insult. It's a clapback, which I think
It's the same difference.
Yeah, same difference, but it goes back to the Flat Earth Society and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk was like, "Why is there no Mars or Flat Mars Society?" And the Flat Earth Society said, "Well, Mars has been observed to be round." And he, like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
no,
just
like that. That's honestly one of the best ones ever,
Mhm.
too. Oh man, I'm just trying to dig up some of my favorite Twitter insults. Oh man, there's just so many I can't even get into them. And if we want to just talk about greatest insults ever, throwing it back to childhood days, you popped in a movie. Oh, it's The Sandlot, right there.
You
That's
play ball like a girl.
you bob for apples in the toilet, and you like it. Like, come on, that's some classic insults right there.
Those are great. Also, the when they're playing the ball game at the real nice baseball field, and Ham's back there doing his normal shtick where he's just giving it to each player. He's like, "Hey, is that your sister out in center field, naked?"
Hmm. Oh
Oh
yeah,
man.
man. There's so many good or like in Full Metal Jacket, anything Arlie Ernie says,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
anything could classify as a good insult
What?
there.
What the hell is this? Oh man. Yeah, there's some great stuff. There is some threads on ask. Oh, what is this website? It's one of those asking forums. So like Yahoo questions or that type of stuff. There's some questions here like was the movie The Lion King based on a true story? Best answer: sure. I know loads of lions who talk. You know. My poop
Oh
is
yeah.
white. Is that normal? I pooped today, and it was white. And it was in pebbles, sort of like cat food. I'm wondering if this is normal. Best answer. This belongs under health, not dining out in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh
There's some fantastic ones, though. Love it.
yeah, and those like I said, those Yahoo answer things.
Mm-hmm.
That's just as good at fucking clapbacks and insults as Twitter.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, really, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh man, yeah, that stuff is fantastic. Reddit will occasionally have some really good threads that are just unbelievably funny. There, internet has really blossomed as far as the memes go.
Hmm.
And
Anytime you're on the internet somewhere and there's not an insult, I don't even know if you're on the internet anymore.
yeah, yeah, I do like the pictures that have been floating around of the the coffee mugs, that in the very bottom of the mug, they've printed "You've been poisoned" on it, so that when you're drinking it, you don't see it, but once you're done, you see it. You see that type of stuff, and that just adds to the whole clapback or insult, whole line, because that's bringing it from the internet into real life, and that would be, I would love to serve you a cup of coffee with that mug.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys, like let's. Oh yeah, like turn up the fire.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, there's lots of insults. What are your favorite insults? And I'm asking this for you viewers. So come up with your favorite like Twitter insults that you've found, meme insults, that type of stuff. Even Yahoo questions, your snapbacks, that type of stuff. Love it. Also the memes of the doctor with the husband and wife.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw one the other day, and it was, the doctor said, "Your husband is very sick," and the wife was like, "OMG, no!" And the doctor was like, "Sick of your shit," and high fives the guy.
Yep, those are great. I also want to shout out to Monty Python on the Holy Grail.
Yes.
One of the greatest insults ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk to you no more, you empty-headed animal food trough wiper. I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Elderberries.
That's honestly, I could watch that movie and not get tired of it for probably a day straight. Like literally, if you keep me up for 24 hours and that's the only thing I do all day, I'd have a very good 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Like just on a loop. Some people might get done with it, but I could enjoy that for 24 hours in a row, I think.
Another one that has some really good snapbacks in it is Airplane. And this past weekend, my brother was over, and we watched that movie as well as Spaceballs. And so we both had a really good weekend. Just between those two.
God,
surely you can't
movies.
Be serious. I am serious.
Please stop calling me Shirley.
Please stop calling me Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really epic stuff. Like we were watching and I was like, oh my gosh, neither of these movies could be made today. There are so many terrible jokes in there.
Mm-hmm. But everything ages different.
That's very true. And
humor now is very much different than it was back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, very much so. I mean, you could openly joke about pedophilia on Airplane. There are several jokes like that in there back in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Nowadays, no, there is no way in hell. I mean, not even a joke, a joke about it is awful.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, take me back to those days sometimes, because there's some fantastic comedy stuff. Thank you, Mel Brooks, for everything that you did.
Yes. Yes. Anything Mel Brooks, A+.
Yes.
A+ work.
Monty Python, not so much. My favorite was The Holy Grail, but I think that was his best work out of everything.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of History of the World Part 1.
I don't think No, I've seen that. Never mind.
Huge fan.
Mm-hmm. I think overall, as in terms of overall stuff, I don't think Monty Python was nearly as good as what Mel Brooks managed to do. But I think he's very, I think the movies that, they made were fantastic overall. I just don't think he's nearly on the same level as the Mel Brooks or the Airplane movies or the Police Academy movies. Those were fantastic too.
Ooh. I like the guy that makes sound effects.
Yes, that guy is
A+ work.
I'm missing the blips, the beeps, and the sweeps. The what, and the what?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those jokes are A+. The snapbacks in those. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Oh,
Just oh
oh
my
yes.
gosh.
Oh man. I also like in airplane when the power goes out, that fucking weird ass like manager guy, and he's just like, oh, the power's out. Maybe I should plug this back in.
Yeah, he's
Or,
like, just kidding.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh man.
I also do like, what does the plane look like? And he's like, it's big and white, and it has a red stripe down the side, and it looks like a Tylenol. And then the
Oh,
the press is like, all right, guys, let's take some pictures. And they just start taking pictures off the walls.
oh man.
Man, when they hear about this down on the ground, shit's gonna hit the fan. Literally.
Hmm.
Oh man. Yeah. Great stuff there. Yeah. Oh man. So do we have a social media craze, seeing as
Yes,
you
we
know
do. I believe it actually happened this morning, this weekend. We'll say this weekend,
okay.
this previous weekend, for all you listeners out there. Um, so Hawaii at about 9 a.m. What I think it was Saturday.
Yeah,
Um,
Saturday morning.
mhm. So an air raid siren went off. You know, the siren for an ICBM, a nuclear missile, whatever. Um, and everybody's just like, "Oh fuck!" Like, goddamn. So that was a little bit of a panic, but it was a false alarm. Um, this could be classified in the pet peeve and social media craze.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like, holy fuck, that's messed up. Like, we have a button that, sends out this alarm to warn everybody. But then oh, hey, they sent text messages like like Amber Alert, not Amber Alert, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like when something happens, it's a statewide text message. That like happened, but it wasn't technically. It didn't go out to everybody because not everybody has a cell phone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a system that says, "Hey, we're about to get fucking nuked," but we don't have a system that is like, "Oh, false alarm, sorry." So half of the people are just like, "Oh, okay, I can calm down," and the other half of the people are out there going batshit crazy because they still think we're about to fucking die.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little mini rant in the middle of that.
Did you
But anyway,
see? Did
but
you see
anyway,
the apology?
no,
Oh, it was awful. It wasn't really an apology. It was like, we need to get better at this, and it was basically a human error, and that's what it was. And I
yeah,
was just like, well, obviously it was a human error.
yeah. But anyway, going to social media stuff. So everybody decided to play on this, and
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, some of these are great. I don't know if they're true. Some of them unverified. I don't want to be classified as fake news, so I'm throwing out this is unverified news that I've heard. Um, like apparently somebody tweeted from like a Golden Corral
Mm-hmm.
or just a buffet style lunch or breakfast thing, and he's like, "Well, I got the notification, but the buffet line was empty, so I went to the buffet." And it's just like somebody put a screenshot of it, of like the warning message,
Mm-hmm.
and they captioned it, "You're sitting on the beach drinking your Mai Tai, and this happens. What do you do next?" And the responses to that were just fucking great. One of them's just like, "I die with a drink in my hand. What's so bad about that?"
Yeah, exactly.
One guy's just like, "I go up to the closest girl and be like, 'Hey, you want to make one last mistake before the world ends?'" And I'm just like, "Oh, I love the internet sometimes."
And that guy there is a winner.
Hmm. That's something I would say.
Mm-hmm. Because why not?
I mean, it's an island. I can't get off of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That sounds awesome, though. As far as all the memes that came out of it, luckily,
Mm-hmm.
the panic wasn't too bad. I mean, it could have been much worse. It was pretty bad for the time that it lasted, but luckily it didn't get out of hand. I do have another social media craze that has been going on. This is more along the lines of memes, though. Um, Something that's actually it has garnered news networks to cover this. People have started memeing out the Tide laundry packets.
Oh my God! So, story about this before you get into it. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm a timeout. I know a guy who did this before this was a thing. Um, it is my sophomore year of college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sophomore year of college. So a while ago, at least 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. Um, so we were just hanging out, and we were down by the laundry room, and we had this thing called dollar challenges. You give somebody $1 to do something really stupid, and then you write what they did on $1 and put it on the board.
Yeah.
So they go down in history, whatever. But anyway, dollar challenge was to eat a Tide Pod. I don't even know if we're like, no, we can't do that. The guy just fucking ate a Tide Pod just to do it. At this point, so it was like a canceled dollar challenge, and he's just like, hey, I'm gonna eat the Tide Pod, and he ate it,
Oh my
and
god.
he puked up some bubbles, and we called the poison control center. And when we called the poison control center, the lady was just like, "Oh, so how old's your son that ate this?" And we're like, he's a junior in college. Yeah, so
He was drunk.
No,
He
no,
wasn't
we weren't
drunk.
even.
Aw.
No.
No. Oh
Yeah,
man. The quality of people that you hang out with, my friend.
man, that's like you saying it like a slight, but this is fucking great.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, I do want you to know that I did throw in my friend at the end of that so that everybody knows that I fall into this category too.
Yeah, I
So,
guess it's true.
yeah, I was not removing myself, but adding myself into that whole thing.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so these Tide packets, at least since the new year, people have been, taking videos of them biting into them so that it bursts and then like spitting it out and obviously not actually eating it. But I saw this post yesterday. It was last night, so I saw it today. But one of my Facebook friends posted a picture of the Tide packets on Tide's website, and it said, and the captions reads, "Big government is trying to take away our forbidden snacks. This is our time to stand up to the corporate world. If we're not supposed to eat them, then why do they look so juicy? We demand an edible formula."
Oh my god.
And this guy is pretty much known on my friends list as a meme lord. I get a lot of the memes that I like to share to people from him. He's just overall hilarious. But one of the pictures that he did add into this whole thing, or one of the things that was added into this picture, was new coming soon Tide Capri Sun flavored packets.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh,
But yeah,
I have no words for that.
yeah, but yeah, and then somebody had to go and post the fact that Play-Doh is still edible and its original use was for cleaning wallpaper. So Tide packets are the next
Next big thing here.
next big edible thing that was meant to clean something. Oh man, yeah, I have been getting some kicks out of those some of those memes. But yeah, some good social media stuff to start off the new year right. The first 2 weeks of
Yes, sir.
2018. Fantastic.
Now let's stop the forward progress and make some dad jokes. How about that?
Ah, that sounds amazing. Do you want to do dad jokes first, or do you want to
Yeah,
hurt your brain?
let's save the hurting my brain for last today.
Okay.
I got a good one.
All right, go ahead.
What's the difference between a piano, a tuna, and a pot of glue?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. This is going to be interesting though.
You can tune a piano, but you can't piano a tuna.
What? What about the glue?
Oh, I knew you get stuck there.
Oh, that's so bad. All right.
That's honestly the reason I wanted to do that one right now.
should I ruin our fun to start off with, or should I go with another one?
Do whatever you feel like. I'm not here to tell you to live how to live your life.
Okay. Well, we'll save the best for last then. What does Miley Cyrus eat on Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Twerky.
Ah, I should have got that. I couldn't put it together. Okay. Yeah.
Did you happen to have another one?
Oh yes, I do. I had a mental image of wrecking ball going through my head right there. I apologize. It kind of distracted me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just so you know, Ryan, the other day I stayed up all night, wondering where the sun went,
Mm-hmm.
and it dawned on me.
Dawned on you. What dawned on you? The sun. That's good. I like that one.
Okay. I'm glad I went 2 for 2 there.
Yeah, that was a good one. Now this one it might ruin our fun here. Are you ready for that? I think this is a great way to go into the brain buster.
Oh, but before I start getting ready to just strangle stuff, okay, sure, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. This has, for the record, I found this on a website and it has negative 525 down, or it has 525 downvotes on it. No upvotes.
That means it's good. Maybe.
A man walks into a bar and says, "I just got back from the battered women's shelter and boy, my arms are tired." Everyone laughed. The man sat at the end of the bar drinking alone. He was proud of the fine craftsmanship of the shelves he put up in the shelter's pantry, regardless of what others might think.
Okay.
Did you not get that?
Oh, I got it. I'm just not acknowledging that joke.
I told you it was a bad one.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between bad and just like I didn't want to hear it.
Ruining our fun.
There's a difference between a bad joke and just a joke that I'm just like, well, I don't know what to do with that. You know, like I don't want to comment on that. You know?
Yeah. Now you see why it has 525 downvotes on it.
Yeah, and it needs to stay fucking down there, okay?
All right, let's get into some brain busters.
You can go first since you just go first, you motherfucker.
All right. What's in a man's pants that you won't find in a girl's dress?
I go penis or I could go pockets.
Pockets.
But do they really have pockets in a dress?
Sometimes they do, but very rarely do they have pockets. They won't. They normally don't have pockets.
Okay. My sister has a dress with pockets. That's why I was like, hold on, I don't know if I could say that.
Yeah, most of the time, no, they don't. You have to get special ones.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about this one?
Okay.
All men have one, but it's longer on some than others. The Pope never uses his, and a man gives it to his wife once they're married.
Oh, jeez. His paycheck.
His last name.
His last name. Huh? Yeah. There you go. That would do it. All right. I just had one. Oh. This is another what am I one. You stick your poles inside me. You tie me down to get me up. I get wet before you do. What am I?
Oh, you're going to have to say that again.
You stick your poles inside of me. You tie me down to get me up. I get wet before you do.
A tent.
Yep, a tent. Good job.
There you go. My mind's definitely not in the gutter today.
Exactly.
I had one and I was just like, that's really fucking dumb. I'll say it anyway.
Wow.
What building has the most stories?
A library.
Yeah. I was like, because I had it written down and I was just like, that kind of falls more under the dad joke than a riddle.
Yeah.
So,
All
right.
Guys, I got one more.
You got one more.
Yeah, I got one
you
more.
better make it good because this has been a bad Brain Busters week.
What's the speed limit of sex?
69?
68. At 69, you have to turn around.
Okay. Props. I think you just saved the segment.
I hope I did.
Props.
All right. Well, do we have anything else planned for you? No. I think I'm pretty much clear. That's all I have written down that I wanted to talk about.
All right, guys. Well, that was a very unscripted podcast for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I ranted enough to sort of tide you over until I officially start the new segment there. I know BrownieBits is looking forward to it.
Oh, I very much.
He won't stop lighting my ass up about it on the good old telephono.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Well, that concludes episode number 7. Hopefully you enjoyed our ranting and raving this week. I know I did. If you guys have pet peeves you'd like to share with us, do it, and maybe we get into Twitter beef.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then I could whip out the old book of insults on you, and then we'll get each other upset and just continue to argue and insult each other, because what's better than insulting somebody behind a computer screen?
Exactly. And that's what we learned today.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So on that note, make sure you do follow us at 101 Under the Sun, or follow me at BrownieBits450 and at My Goods Are Rich for Old Man Hoodrich. And so make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy this, and hit that like button as well, because it does help out our channel as we are trying to grow this little here podcast thing. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to this wonderful podcast, and if you have nothing else to say, I'm ready to leave.
All right, guys. Peace out.